Hello, this is Topo Chico again, the 78704 Bureau Chief for In the Pink, Texas. First, I'd like to thank everybody for their warm reception last week. And keep those comments active. You see them down there. They're right down there, those comments. Anyway, this week I'm at Opal Divine's Free House here in Austin, Texas. And thought I'd talk a little bit about Carole Keeton's strayhorns. Candidacy for the governorship. I'm going to try to keep this short. Should only take about 25 minutes or so. And again, I don't really know too much about politics, so I'm going to lead with Dante's Inferno. You know, there's many different levels of hell, but the very first one isn't quite really a level of hell. It's just right outside the gates where everybody is just kind of like confused and ambivalent, and they can't really make up their minds. And well, with Carole Keeton Strayhorn, I mean, we see that. I mean, once upon a time she was a Democratic mayor, and then she was a Republican land commissioner or railroad commissioner, and now she's an independent, and she switches parties as much as she switches husbands. And so there's this group of people that can't quite even get into hell in the Inferno. So I think I'm kind of seeing her there. I mean, she does have some good points. Word on the street is that she's big on education, big on teachers. I like teachers a lot, so I'm behind her on that. But I went to her website, and there's just a whole bunch of bluster about how bad Rick Perry is, So again, like with Carole, like with Kinky, you're not necessarily voting for something. Apparently, you're just voting against something. And I'm for teachers. I think that's great. But let's see some of that policy. Let's and I don't think she needs to make herself look harder. I think she needs to make herself look more reasonable and softer and so forth. And then let's see, the last issue is like somehow she managed to raise in her households the mouth of Sauron, so that's not necessarily very good. And the beer I've chosen for today is right here at Opal Divine's Free House is the Sysyphus barley wine from Real Ale Brewing Company. Oh, it smells so good. Barley wines they're called wines because they're wine strength. Beers brewed to wine strength. So you might be looking at 8-9% in some of these beers. I don't really know the specifics on this. I planned to have a different beer, but they didn't have it. So, but the barley wines start off with a lot of sugar, and it turns into a lot of alcohol. But also they have a lot of sweetness left over, so you tend to hop them up. So barley wine, very boozy, very hoppy, very yummy. When you smell it, it's like a flower garden in there. Obviously, these guys are using just wonderful, spicy and citrusy hops. Very good. Small glass because of all the increased alcohol. Anyway, let's see. That's a beer that's bold, strong, has some nice soft edges in there. Warming, great. It knows what it is. It knows what layer of the Inferno it's going to go to. Anyway, thank you for your kind comments, and I'll see you guys next week.